Hello everyone, this is Greg from Mystery Honey. Um, this week's short form video is about a massive mistake that I made. I didn't realise I was making it at the time. It's only afterwards, after talking to some experts, that I realised I mucked up. I received the EFB diagnosis kit in the post, and I decided that I was going to do a how-to on how to use it. I've used one in the past when the National Bee Unit came to inspect some hives and colonies of mine. They did an EFB test, as they're supposed to do, and I watched them do it, and I thought, oh, I remember how to do that. I read the instructions, and I thought I'd followed them completely. I'll show you what I did, and then I'll do a little summary of what went wrong at the end. Let's get cracking. So this here is the colony that I had a European foul brood scare with. I found some cells that at first I thought were chalk brood, but in reality I wasn't sure. I explained that in the video as well. Some of the larvae looked like it was twisted. I didn't see any discoloration, but some of the larvae looked like it was twisted. A lot of the cells were dead larvae as well. There was patchy brood and what I thought were melted larvae as well. I've since sent pictures to the NBU, National Bee Unit, which is an organisation in the UK that focuses on bee diseases and threats to honeybees and native bees as well. The expert, Mark McLaughlin, got in touch with me, and he doesn't think it's European foul brood. He said it's unlikely, but to monitor it. So because the expert has said that it's not likely to be EFB, chances of it being EFB are very slim. Just because this hive is at my nuke rearing apiary, I'm absolutely terrified of spreading disease anywhere. So he said just keep an eye on it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the larvae that looked minging, if they're still in there, and I'm going to do an EFB test on it. I just want to make sure that I'm not passing nucleus colonies with a disease in it to other people. I don't want to spread disease anywhere, and I don't want to infect my other colonies, because a lot of these queens will be moving to other apiaries of mine. Right, so there's the EFB kit. I'm not going to open it until I find the frame, because if the bees have cleared it out and I can't see any of the brood that I saw before, then it means I can't really use this on that. So let's go in and find it. So it was in the bottom box. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to ignore the top box for now. Right, so it was, I think, this frame here. It was a drone brood frame. So the theory that I sent to the NBU with the pictures is that my thoughts are that the colony, because if you look at it, it's strong. It's not a weak colony. My thoughts are that because we had quite a few very cold nights, they didn't get to minuses, but it got quite cold. I reckon that the bees went to the workers' frames, so the worker brood frames, which was over here and in the top box, and huddled around them, leaving the drone brood, which is on the outer frames, leaving them to die overnight. So we've got a problem in that the bees have cleaned away the cells, I think. Yeah, so that's just nectar. Just checking to make sure. This is the worker brood frame. All the larvae look beautiful. So it is definitely this frame here that had
those cells in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shake the bees off, see if I can get a better view. With my torch. So it looks as if they have cleaned out those cells that I was worried about. They've got rid of them, and the queen has actually come and laid more eggs on this frame. Also noticing that they've put quite a lot of nectar in here as well, so they might have found another nectar source and we needed the space to store the nectar. So I can see one or two cells that I'm concerned with, so I can still do the test. It's not the cells that I showed you guys last time, but it's still some concerning cells. So the larvae in all of these cells here, pearly white, all C-shaped, but then we've got one here that looks a bit dodgy, looks a bit melted. So I'll show that to you now. So where are we? There we are. So you see that? It looks like it's been melted. Kind of looks like a white, the larvae has been chewed out actually, more than anything. It could be that it's died and the bees have started trying to remove it, and in doing so they've torn it a bit. But if you look at the other larvae next to it, you'll see that they are pearly white. So if I can get the torch in. Pearly white, the segmented, the C shapes. Don't see any issues with it, no discoloration or anything like that. So yeah, we've got that one. We've got a few more. So what I'm going to do is, like that one there, if you see. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to pull them out, pull these out, and do the test on these ones. I cannot see any others that look dodgy. Yeah, all the other cells look absolutely fine. Every single one is beautiful. Okay, so there's another one here as well. This looks like it's died whilst it was metamorphosizing. Kind of looks a bit like sac brood actually, but it was behind a capping, so chances of it being sac brood are very slim. So that one there, you see that? Right then. Oh, I've come to the front of the hive because it's got a flat area I can use. So, fresh gloves. I don't want any contamination. Although if there was any contamination from another hive, it means that hive would have EFB as well. So, right. What we've got here is we've got the instruction manual. I'll move that there. We have a little coffee stirrer, which is what we use to scoop out the larvae. We have a little pipette, which we take the solution that's inside this out from, and we have one of these plastic things here, but that has to stay sealed until we come to use it. This here is a solution that we use. It's called an extraction buffer, you can see. What we do is we scoop out the larvae using the coffee stirrer, pop it in there, mush it up a bit, which is really gross, and then we shake it for, I think it's about 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Either way, the longer you shake it, the better. So let's try and find the English instructions. Lovely little explanation there, if you want to have a look. We'll have a look through here. Yeah, so extraction. Use a spatula provided to extract a whole larva with suspicious symptoms. Unscrew the lid from the extraction bottle, which is this, then use the spatula to deposit the sample into this bottle. Shake vigorously to detach the larvae into the buffer solution. Beware, the bottle contains buffer and sodium azide, not for human consumption. So don't chug it after you've finished putting disgusting larvae in there, FYI. Replace the lid tightly and then shake firmly for about 20 seconds until the sample is thoroughly mixed with the buffer. I think it was 20 seconds. Remove the testing device from the foil pack. Do not touch the viewing window. Unscrew the lid of the extraction bottle and use the pipette supplied, this thing, to remove a sample from the bottle. For best results, remove the sample with the pipette immediately after shaking to prevent bacteria from settling out of suspension. Hold the device horizontally and gently squeeze 2 to 3 drops onto the sample well of the device. Keep the device horizontal until extract is absorbed, and a blue dye appears in the viewing window. Wait until the control line appears and read the results. 3 to 10 minutes. 3 to 10 minutes it can take. I'll do a few extractions before I come back and see what it says. Please dispose of your test carefully. Help keep the countryside tidy. Tests performed at low temperatures may take longer to complete. Ideally, use the test kits at 18 degrees C and above. It's 21 degrees at the moment. I know, 21 degrees. I'm genuinely shocked. After 10 minutes, the control line should be clearly visible in the viewing window of the device. Positive test results, 2 lines show up. So, oh, well, that pet's gone. Ah, found it. Note to self. Things that roll, wedge them, stay. Who was I up to? After 10 minutes, control line should be clearly visible from the viewing window, blah, blah, blah. 2 lines, like that. Should be visible if it's a positive test, because you've got the control, which is the C, and you've got T, which is the test. It's exactly the same as the COVID test in that respect. If it's a positive test, then it indicates that the target pathogen is present in the test sample, and that the sample contained infection of the European foul brood. Note that even a faint line at the T is positive. So even if there's any line at all at the T, is okay. That's scary. Negative result indicates that there's no EFB pathogen. That's good. That negative test result does not guarantee that there is no EFB infection elsewhere in the colony, other than in the sample taken. Choose your sample cells carefully. Well, there you are. Right then, so I'm going to find those cells. I'm going to stick them in there. Right. I am right-handed, so I may be in the way when I'm doing this, but I'll try to be as quick as I can. So I'm going to have a look at which of these larvae looks the worst. I'd probably say... Stick. Go away, stick. I'd probably say that one before, the one first one I showed you, looked like it was more of a melted cell than anything else. So there's the buffer solution. Now we have to try and scoop. I'm going to try and scoop it out as best we can without knocking everything flying. Sorry if I'm in the way. So there is the disgusting larvae. It's just a big ball of gloop. So I'm going to shake it in there. Try and get it out. Work it off. Right. I'm just going to do a quick scrape around, see if there's anything else left in there that I can put in. Right. The larva is inside this bottle now. I can already see that it's absolutely just dismantled that goo. So what I'm going to do now is shake this for 20 seconds. 1, 2, 19, 20. Let's do 5 more. 1, 22, 23, 24, 25. There you go. I've done more than I needed to. Let's do some final ones just to make sure. Right, okay. Right, so I'm going to try and do this without getting in the way of the camera. So we're going to pull this out. Pull this out here. So it says to be horizontal. There you go. It looks exactly like a COVID test, as you can see. It's a plastic case. You've got a T and a C. In case you need to see. A T and a C, and you've got like a little inkwell sort of thing there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shake this again because it said the bacteria can settle. Take the top off. And we're going to fill this pipette as fast as we can. Lickety split. There we go, that was a bit better. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start introducing this Put a blob in, filled the circle. As that goes down, I'm just going to keep adding to it. Okay, I think that's all it needs really. You can see that making its way through there. So it's gone past the test, it's gone past the C, and now we just have to wait to see what comes out of it. So I'm going to do some quick inspections of other colonies, and then I'll come back to this and see what it says in 3 minutes or so. So I've waited 10 minutes, and I don't know if you can see, but there's absolutely... Oh, come on, zoom in. So there's absolutely no lines there whatsoever. So the only thing I can think of is there's quite a lot of liquid still left in here, so maybe I just need to keep pumping it through and seeing what happens. A bit confused by that. The COVID ones, you didn't really need a lot of liquid. You just filled that pool there and it just soaked itself up. It was fine. This one's taking its time. I'm just going to keep doing this and hopefully we can get results. Otherwise, that means that this one's failed. And that's not good, is it? So I've waited longer than 10 minutes because I got distracted. And this has shown absolutely nothing. It's not showing the control. It's not showing the test. That's annoying. I'm going to send an email to the manufacturer and see what they say. Now, I'm not used to it pooling. Liquid never, with the COVID test ones, liquid never pooled over the actual top of these things. You just put a little blip at the top and then it sunk all the way through. So yeah, that was inconclusive and annoying. Oh, what a waste of half an hour, right? Okay, right, well, I'm going to crack on. Let's go to the other apiary. I'll get in touch with Vita or Thorns or whoever I got it from. And yeah, let's get this felled.
So as you can see, the big issue that I had was that you should only do 3 or 4 drops. I got in touch with Vita and they told me that if it doesn't show any lines at all on the little plastic diagnosis thing, that I've added too much liquid. I thought when I was doing it, I think I'm only supposed to do a few drops here because that's what it was like when it was the COVID tests, if anyone remembers that. Of course everyone remembers that, but anyway. So Vita have told me that I flooded the strip. So what I'm going to do is, I've just received a new one. I'm going to do it again. So this next week, I'm hopefully going to do a how to do it correctly video. But this is one, and it's a bit of a warning for what you shouldn't do. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more, then click the subscribe button. If you did like it, then I'd really appreciate if you hit the like button. Any comments or anything like that, I'll try and reply to straight away. If you're interested in seeing what else happened this week, my long form video is released at the exact same time as this one. Anyway, I hope you have a really good day and I hope to see you soon.